Carlos Alcaraz walked off court Philippe Chatrier with his chest heaving, his mind calmed at last, and his journey still very much alive. The defending champion had just endured 3 hours and 19 minutes of intensity, not just from the racket of Ben Shelton, but from the storm inside his own head. And in the end, with a crashing forehand winner down the line, he sealed it, his 100th clay court win on the ATP Tour. But the numbers told only part of the story. This was not just a tennis match. This was a test of resolve. A battle not only with the heavy artillery of Shelton's serve but with the anxious voices that crept into Alcaraz's head. It was, as he said later, a fight, in the mind. Honestly, today I fought against myself, Alcaraz admitted, the sweat still fresh on his face, the adrenaline still coursing through his body. This wasn't some media-trained soundbite. It was a confession from a young man who had just looked into the mirror mid-battle and had to wrestle his way back. He did not hide from the turmoil. He spoke it clearly. In some moments, I was mad. I was angry with myself. Talking not good things. But he didn't crumble. He didn't break. He survived. He composed. He played on. Court Philippe Chatrier has seen gladiators come and go. It has seen dominance, drama, despair. But what it witnessed on this day was a kind of triumph that goes beyond tennis skill. It was the triumph of a champion who understands that the greatest opponent often lives between the ears. Alcaraz had to endure a first-set tie-break that flirted with chaos. Shelton, bold and powerful, had his chances. The American, seated 13th and full of energy, fired missiles on serve and thundered forehands across the net like declarations of war. At 143 miles per hour, his serves roared. At 116 miles per hour, his forehands lashed through the clay. And yet Alcaraz held. The first set breaker went deep, all the way to 10-8. Back and forth they went, tension mounting, Parisian evening light dimming, and finally, relief. The Spaniard snatched it. That wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Shelton refused to fade. He came again in the third set, stealing it with the fearlessness of youth and the muscle of ambition. He wasn't here just to participate. He was here to shake the foundation. But so was Alcaraz. And he has built his game, and his character, on something sturdier than just highlight reels. He found ways. He found patterns. He found depth. He found discipline. And above all, he found composure. This wasn't a walkover. This was war. A war fought with drop shots, passing shots, and psychological warfare. He made adjustments. He calmed the inner noise. He focused not on the fear but on the feeling of freedom that comes when you find rhythm. Because the pressure wasn't just external. It was internal. The expectation. The need to perform. The history of being a defending champion. All of it weighed heavy. But that's the beauty of Alcaraz. He doesn't run from it. He wears it. He embraces the suffering. He finds meaning in the difficulty. He grows inside the chaos. Every changeover was a new meditation. Every missed opportunity, a mental challenge. Every unforced error, a chance to spiral, or stay solid. He stayed solid. The fourth set could have unraveled. It didn't. He broke through. He broke Shelton. And when the moment came, match point, line open, he did not hesitate. He exploded a forehand down the line, like a final word in a heated debate. Statement made. That shot was more than a winner. It was an exhale. It was release. It was proof. Carlos Alcaraz had passed another test. Not just a physical one. Not just a tactical one. A human one. He spoke after with humility, but also with insight. I just tried to calm myself. I tried to keep going. Simple words, but in their simplicity, something universal. The way forward is not always fast. Sometimes it is slow. Sometimes it is painful. But it always demands presence. Alcaraz's mind had been loud, angry, harsh, but he did not obey its chaos. He responded with courage. Now he stands in the quarterfinals, not just as a player chasing another trophy, but as a man who has already conquered something more important, himself. He will face Tommy Paul next. Another challenge. Another wall to climb. But something has changed. He is not just defending a title. He is defining himself. And that definition now includes struggle, survival, and supreme self-awareness. Carlos Alcaraz may only be 22. But he is wise enough to know that greatness does not come without discomfort. He is learning that real victory starts in the mind. And in Paris, on this clay, in this match, he won that victory first.